Hi, welcome to the Pearls and Polish Podcast, episode 44. I'm your host, Rachel, along with my chaotic co-host, Sabine. She's going to be hanging out here on my lap, so we'll see how well we do. Welcome. I'm so excited to spend a bit of time with you. This is my little corner of the internet where I talk about knitting, some crochet, stuff that we're up to, books that we're reading, movies we're watching. So thanks for spending a bit of time with me. We're just going to jump right into the episode with where you can find me. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry, and links to those are in the description below, along with all the makers, dyers, designers, and anyone else I mentioned in today's episode. So make sure you check that out in case you have any questions. Okay, starting with finished objects. I have one finished object. We did not have an episode last week. I try to post weekly, just because I didn't have anything to show. Like, I had progress done on all my projects, but not enough to be like, look at my progress. So I have stuff to talk about. So the first off is my Musselburgh hat. So here it is. Oh, I should probably tell you where we are. We're in my kids' room, as you can tell by the stuffed animal zoo here. There are more people in my house now, and so this is one of the rooms where I can close the door that has relatively good lighting. So that's where we are today. So my Musselburgh hat, it is done. This colorway is called, let's see if I can get a little closer. This is called Reflection Pool, and it's by Craft Me Not. It was from her winter box that came out last year. She's already posted information for this year's winter box. It has not gone on sale just yet. I know I'm getting one of those. I am trying to be better with advents, but for sure, I always get one of Sarah's. So if you have the means, and I know she has several options this year, that's not just the box, definitely check her stuff out because she puts so much thought and time into these boxes that they're really worth it. So all that to say, I finished my Musselburgh. So if you're not familiar with the Musselburgh, it is like a giant toe, and then you knit forever, and then you knit another giant toe. And the pattern is written for just about any weight of yarn. So this is fingering, but you could use a DK, you could use a worsted, you can use a sport, and then just about any size head. So you could do it for babies or kids or adults or bigger adults. So I do an adult medium. And you have endless possibilities. You could do stripes, you could do scrappy, you could do 2 skeins, 3 skeins, kind of whatever you want. You can make it as long as you want or as short as you want. And the whole idea is you take it and you stuff one end of the hat into the other end of the hat, which can be kind of fiddly. Get in there. There we go. So you stuff it in like that, and then you have just this nice slouchy beanie. And because you have one end stuffed into the other, it's double thick. So as a fingering weight yarn, this is not like a DK weight hat. If you used a DK weight yarn, now you've got like a worsted hat. So if you live in somewhere that's really cold, you could use a thicker size yarn and get a really nice thick hat. And then take my hair down, you can have a slouchy hat. And this is one of my favorite hats. I like slouchy hats. I also need to have my ears covered in the winter, and you can kind of see at the end. Or you can fold the brim and have more like a beanie. So I have to have my ears covered in the winter. I had ear surgery a number of years ago, and the scars in my ears get really cold, and so it makes things slightly uncomfortable. So when I found this hat, this was perfect because it had enough slouch for me, but I could still pull it down and cover my ears really well. So that is done. I had originally planned to use the whole skein, and I was getting to the point where I was just kind of done, and I had reached the suggested length. So you know what, I'm just gonna be done. So I made my hat, and I had enough left over to make a little hexie, so I made one of those. I did not bring it with me, it's already put away. And then I had 2 grams left over, so it was a great pattern. It's a great stash buster. So you have lots of options as far as like yarn that you can use. Also, because it's reversible, you could do like a 50 gram skein on one side and then like the other 50 gram on the other side, and then have options. So there is that. Sabine is chewing on her bone on my lap. So if you hear lots of crunchy sounds, that's a dog. All right, works in progress. Let's start with this one. I have all my bags here to the side. This is my Scrappy Sunday RowOne Mini Ripple blanket. So you guys know I do the RowOne Mini subscription. This is the first year I've done it. I've really enjoyed it. I could see this as being like a subscription I continue after this year, because it's just enough to get like a nice sample, but not like be overwhelmed. So you get 10 gram mini skeins that are already wound up in a center pull ball. They're all labeled with the color and I think the dyer. And so it's just perfect. And then you get to know more dyers than you would have if you didn't. So of the 4 months that we've had, I've known of 2 of the dyers, and 2 of the dyers have been new to me, which has been great. So I've been making Hexies as well, and then I started my Ripple blanket. And I don't think I showed this last time. I think I had just started it. But it is a kind of wavy crochet blanket. This color on the bottom, this purple, was just DK weight yarn that I had. I think I used it in a project and ended up taking the project apart because I didn't like it anymore. But I've been just taking like the 4-ish grams that are left from my Hexie and just started a scrappy blanket. And I'm really enjoying it. It's a really easy repeat. It's a free pattern, so I will add that to the description below, so make sure you check that out. I think it's called the Happy Ripple Blanket. And it just sits in this bag with all the other like 10 gram minis leftovers, and I just add my yarn. So I've been holding the yarn double, so it gives me more of a DK weight. I realize I don't enjoy fingering weight blankets. It has to be at least a DK. So yeah, it's very easy. I've never done a ripple like crochet pattern. Knitting, I could do just about anything. Crochet, I have to like really study it and watch videos and really like know what I'm doing before I attempt it. But this has been a really nice intro to like more than just like a granny square. So there is that. What are you doing, puppy? Puppy found a sock. Hold on. So Sabine really likes socks. She has not eaten any, but she just likes to carry it around in her mouth, and she likes to like shake it around. And now she's licking my cup. Oh man, the joys of puppies. I don't know what she's doing. I'll let her explore a little bit, and then if she gets in trouble, I'll grab her again. All right, next is this monstrosity. This is the Cozy Comfort Throw. And this is a pattern by Homespun House, and it is so big. It's originally written as a pattern for your advents. And I don't remember if it was like you're supposed to hold the skein double or not. Or she had it written for DK and fingering, something like that. But anyways, I've been using the leftovers of my Yarn Club for the God socks that I did from Pasley Knits. And so I've been holding a double with white, and I've been doing a gray stripe between each color stripe. So this thing is super big, which is great because that's going to feel wonderful when I'm cold and I'm snuggled up under this blanket. However, it is getting heavy. I can't take it anywhere with me because it's giant. I'm very limited on to when and where I can work on it. I also just am having trouble, it's not really trouble, but it's getting to be cumbersome when I knit across one row and then I have to turn it, I don't turn the whole blanket. I just kind of twist it and then knit back. But then I have to remember which direction I twisted it in so that she's trying to eat the yarn now. So that I don't like twist myself up into a big mess. So I've reached the point, and I realize I get to this point with almost every project. Like, I'm done. I've had enough. I don't want to play anymore. And I'm getting there at this project. So originally this collection was 15 colors. It was one for each month of the year and then 3 extras. I was planning on doing all 15 colors plus 15 gray stripes, and I've gotten to the point where I was like, I don't want to anymore. So I'm just going to do the 12 stripes and then the 12 gray stripes. So that will give me 24 as if it were an advent. And then I'm just going to make hexies out of the other leftovers and call it a day. This pattern also has, what are you doing? This pattern also has an I-cord edging. So I don't think I've ever done that like on a blanket. So I'm going to do that. But I realized it's my project. And when I'm done, I'm the one who gets to say, I'm done. So I'm done. I'm going to finish the 12 colors for the month. And then I'm going to bind off, do my edging, and call it a day. All right. Last project that I'm working on was not a like planned knit. My plan was I was going to work on that blanket so I can finish it. So my reward for finishing that blanket, which is a leftover project from last year, is that I get to start a sweater or a top or whatever. So I will like want to get that done so I can do a sweater or a top. I think I'm going to do a top, like a tank top type thing. And then I have my test knit, which is going along. It's going slowly, but it's going just fine. And then I was just going to like focus on maybe 1 or 2 things, get some more sock blanks. She's chewing on my hand. Ouch! Chew on this. I don't remember when puppies get new teeth. I feel like we might be getting that stage where she's starting to cut teeth because we are super chompy right now. What was I saying? Oh, I was going to work through more of my sock blanks so that when summer sock camp is here, I'm like ready to go. Probably work on some more like forgotten projects. However, I won a prize. So I'm doing the Made from Stash challenge hosted by Midwest Stitches. And Danielle put this together. And the whole idea is that you make as much as you can throughout the whole year of 2024 with your stash. And you just tag her in it, you use the little hashtag, and it's just a way to work through your stash. And that was one of my goals for the year, was to work down my stash. So it was like, this is perfect. It's very low commitment, which I know in the last episode we talked about how I struggle with year-long knit-alongs. Say hello. Hello, puppy. Because I lose interest. But there's no like requirement. You just knit from your stash and then you just use the hashtag. So I've been doing that, and I have the hashtag saved so I don't like just think about it. So she pulled for prizes and I won a prize. So she sent me this gorgeous bag. I think she made this. Like, she makes bags. I know that for sure. This looks like the style of bags that she makes. She has some on her Instagram page available. And then she sent me some yarn. And I saw the yarn, I was like, I have to start this now. Like, what am I waiting for? So this is the yarn, and it's called Shenanigans. And it's hold on, I have the tag here. It's the Yarnable subscription from March 2022 by Hypnotic Yarns. Let me do that. And it's on their plush sock, which is 85/15 superwash merino nylon, 437 yards, 100 grams. I weighed it. It is exactly 100 grams. A lot of times you get like a little bit more. No, this is exactly 100 grams. So I used to subscribe to Yarnable, and for reasons I stopped that subscription a couple years ago. So I don't have this color. She sent it to me. It came with a mini, which the mini was like part of that Yarnable box. And it is this like neon green. And I love it. It's so bright, which works really well with this like white speckled. What are you eating? We're trying to eat a pony bead because I really want to go to the vet today. Don't eat that. Come over here. Eat this. Nom, nom, nom. Oh my goodness. Puppies. I told you, chaotic co-host. So when she sent it to me, it was all packaged up. It was beautiful. I was so excited. I ripped that open like Christmas morning. The main skin was already wound into a cake, which was so thoughtful because I didn't have to do anything except pull out my needles. I was giddy when I saw that. She like added the labels and everything, but I was like, yes, I can just start. So I thought about what kind of pattern I wanted, and I decided, you know what? I need DK socks. I don't need DK socks. I want DK socks. And so that's what I did. I'm doing high desert socks. And I think this was the best life choice. So that green is popping, and you can just see the speckles. Like I wanted the speckles to just be the main character of this story. Let me go that way. And I love it because you can see the like bright green speckles, and it just pulls from that bright green so well. So I should be done with the foot probably today, and then do the toe and I'm in. And then I just have the second sock. I did pull from my stash this color, and I thought maybe I would incorporate this as well. However, I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the yarn that it came with. Come here. Sorry, we're getting laundry. Oh my goodness. No, we're not leaving yet. We're not done with the episode. So I'm just going to use the yarn that she sent and enjoy my socks. So those were an unexpected cast on, but still really enjoying those. So the goal is finish that blanket. I'm hoping to have it done by next week, just so I could be done. And then I can start that top, which it's a linen tank top. So it's not going to be super huge. So that is something I can like take place with me. Work on those socks and finish my test knit. And then I will just kind of take it kind of easy, focus on that top, maybe do a couple sock blanks as I'm preparing for summer sock camp, which begins, I think, in late May. But that's it. So acquisitions. My Woolberry collective subscription came in. I will add a picture here. This time around, I ordered the DK sock set. It's still, sock yarn. It has nylon in it, but it's just a DK weight. So you guys know I love my DK socks. I love my high desert socks. They work really well with my boots that I wear in the winter. So I really like this colorway and I love the speckles. So I thought this would be great to try using DK sock yarn and see if that's something I enjoy and maybe invest a little more in that. If not, I will continue to hold all of my fingering weight yarn double and get some really fun marling colors. All right, reading and watching. I have been reading Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. It's the last book in her Grishaverse kind of series. And so I think I only have maybe 2-3 hours left and then I'm done. Her newest book, The Familiar, came out and I have that on queue. However, our Classics Book Club is going to be reading Treasure Island. And so I need to read that for book club so that I can participate in conversation. But I haven't decided if I'm going to listen to it or if I'm just going to read it. I read it years ago, probably a junior high. So I'm familiar with the story, but it's been a long time since I've read it. So I need to reread it. And then always our book club is also like a foodie book club. So we have food themed with our book. So once I figure out what our food is, I'll let you guys know. But that's always my favorite part of book club. All right. And then what I'm watching, I started watching Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch and I forgot the other one's name. It's a BBC show. I watched it before. I didn't finish watching all of it, but I've seen at least the first season. And so I saw that it was on Disney Plus, and I said, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I really enjoyed the first couple episodes that I did watch. And so let's watch it. So I've been watching that and really enjoy it. I really like that, like, iteration of, no you don't, of Sherlock Holmes. So I've really enjoyed watching the different versions of Sherlock Holmes. But this one I really like. All right. Fiber Friends sock swap. So the sock swap is closed. I know it came up really fast. Amy of the Knotted Knitter is co-hosting with me. No, don't leave. We're staying here. We're almost done. And so when we were planning the dates, we like worked backwards from like, if this is the shipping date, then we need this amount of time for people to get to know their fiber friends. So that means we need this amount of time for matching partners. So we need this amount of time for getting partners requests, which means we have to start this day. So I'm definitely going to like put it in my calendar, like plan for that next year and like actually plan it. So I have more time to like advertise it and hopefully get more people to join in. But we had 81 people sign up. When I did it by myself last year, I had 20. So we had 60 more people than we did last year, and it was so exciting. Amy and I set the goal of like 50 people. That would be awesome if we had 50 people. We had 81. And so, and these are participants from around the world. There's the United States, which is where Amy and I are both from. No, stay here. We have Canada, Australia, the Netherlands, a couple from the UK. I forgot where else, but it was really exciting to see like people, not just from the States, but people from all over get really excited about this. So if you are participating in the Fiber Friends sock swap, I'm so excited you guys are doing this with us. We have, just a reminder, the deadline to ship, you need to ship your package by May 25th. So it gets there in time for your fiber friend to cast on their socks in summer, unless they are in the summertime, unless they're in the southern hemisphere, and then it's technically winter. So like I said, we had 81 participants. So I said, I just won't have a partner and it'll be fine because I have plenty of yarn. I can have my kids pick something out and that will be my, fiber friends cast on. And Amy was so sweet and like put a secret post up to make sure that I got a partner. I had mentioned it in a story and I know, and quite a few people reached out and said, I will be your partner. So I do have a partner. And just one of those, like, the fiber community, fiber friends are the best friends because despite all our differences and the different parts of the world that we come from and different things we believe in, we can all still be friends. And the fiber community as a whole can be very, very giving. And so that's one of the things I really love about the fiber community. So everyone has a partner. As far as I know, everyone has reached out to the partner. There was a couple that I need to like talk to, but like, hey, reach out to your partner. But most everyone has reached out to their partner. So if you're watching and you've not reached out to your partner or you have not heard from your partner, reach out again. Let me know if you haven't heard from them and I'll help you out. But we are getting super antsy. So I'm going to call it a day. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for spending a bit of time with me. We really enjoyed spending a bit of time with you. The dog is eating something. And so I need to call it. So have a great day. I will see you guys next time.